All right. Hello,
That's great.
everyone. Welcome, Rupa. Rupa's from Germany. Rupa is going to be speaking tomorrow, and I'm really excited because I met her. She's another wonderful soul. And hello, everyone. My name is Tina Melo. I'm your host, and I have these amazing women that have started speaking yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Today, we are having a revolutionary shifting your mindset 3-day boot camp webinar. We will be offering this every month moving forward. Today, we have two special guests. Both have shifted their mindset and will present how they did it. Yesterday, I presented how I began my journey to shifting my mindset. And we use the word shift because change takes longer and it is much more challenging. We don't want you to change because everyone is exactly who they are. They only need to find out just how amazing they are and start focusing on all the positive aspects of their life. And while supporting their subconscious mind with love every day and before they go to sleep at night. They fill that with compassion, understanding, and empathy. They offer their services to you one-on-one. I know there's lots of coaches and mentors out there. Their methods may work on some, but not all. I believe on one-on-one, supporting and shifting and supporting human souls to reach their highest potential. So today I have the pleasure to bring on Betsy Rosado. She's an illustrator, an art director, a graphic designer, a fashion designer, a product designer, a museum exhibition design, staff art organizer, and fairy service. Also, a beautiful, talented, spiritually gifted soul that I have known since the mid 80s because I hired her while she was in college as my assistant fashion designer. And it was her support that kickstarted my belief in myself to take up the sword to teaching my knowledge to the youth in fashion designing. And yesterday I spoke about the power of communication and words. Her words back then to me, I mentioned I got this calling to teach kids. And you know what she said to me? I remember your words so well, Betsy. If anyone can do it, it's you, Tina. And
Yep.
that to me was power. And so, yesterday I presented a 45-minute presentation of a few chapters of my book, Fashion Design Empowers the Mind. And in this book, I wrote about the power of communication. And you can all get it on melloprojectrunway.com in the store. Let's see, you can't see it here. Anyways, this book I actually wrote, The Power of Communication, Words and Frequency. And it's in chapter. You can see it. Well, can't see it. Anyways, and I spoke about two of my chapters, the vibration, communication, the power words. Well, Betsy's words 13 years ago got me teaching kids, starting the Melo Project Runway. So that's why I'm really
Amazing.
excited to have you on. Because you know what? When she said, Tina, if anyone can do it, you can. So this was so powerful to make me do it. So I'm very grateful for her and those motivational and inspirational words and empowering. So
Yay.
let's start. Betsy,
Okay.
should we start
Yes.
with you?
Yes. So as you mentioned, I have all of these various backgrounds, and it took a lot of time. It didn't happen overnight, and it was just morphing from fashion design to illustration to graphic design to computer animation. It just kept evolving. And then when I started my position almost 20 years ago at the Dali Museum, I started out as a graphic designer and did lots of photography, lots of digital editing, and oh my gosh, lots of product development, packaging design. And I did that for a good amount of 13 years. So then I transferred from that into a sales manager position in the museum store. And I have a relationship that I've built with a lot of the vendors. So I'm familiar with the products because I designed a good portion of the product packaging that's there. I just thought it was an easier transition in order to allow myself to have more time to create, to design, to paint, to create outfits, to design um, all sorts of beautiful cards. So that's where I am now. I'm a little bit of a Renaissance woman. Jack of all trades is not a bad title to have. It isn't. It's not what it used to be. It's now I've got all that I need to be creative and I can pivot. And that's the fun part, pivoting and just being able to think outside of the box and creatively solve problems. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly, a lot of these words back then. I remember being in Germany um, and they were teaching us that the word oh God, I can't think. The word that you're able to do more than one thing, they were putting it as negative. And I'm like, what are you
Right.
talking about? That's good in America. And they're teaching them that that is a bad thing to have on the resume. And I'm like, I was really upset. It was like capable of, I don't know what it was. I can't think of it now. You got me off. I'm not
Yeah,
prepared for that.
it's
But
empowering to understand that we're not alone in the same thought process. Whereas at one point, having a lot of skills and having a lot of experience in various places,
multi-potentialite, because the book is
multi-
about multi-potentialite, about having more than one capability. They would
right,
say multi-potentialites. Society says you got to do one thing.
right.
No, no.
Yeah. I know that's not correct. That's not a correct perspective to have, especially with women in our age category and in our experience. We've had a lifetime of pivoting, evolving, morphing, changing, growing. So that's as an artist, as designers, you don't stop growing. You don't stop experimenting, trying something new, doing it differently. You don't. And so there's empowerment in that. And that's what it's all about. I like myself today a lot. A lot more than I did when I was searching and seeking and not 100% sure. But I digress. So one of my passions, obviously, is creating art in addition to fashion. But art has taken more of a forefront in attention. So past couple of years, I've had some staff that I work with that we're all creative. Everybody seeks to work at this museum because they're artists. You just gravitate toward artwork and that creative environment. And so looking around, I did notice there were so many talented individuals, photographers, writers, crafters, illustrators, painters, poets. It was unbelievable. And yet, when you visit this world renowned location, a destination, you come across all these people in all types of areas, in the cafe, in the store, in marketing, wherever. And everyone, their goal is to make your day the best experience you could possibly have, right? But nobody ever thinks and understands that all of this environment is filled with artists. That person that checks you out, that person that serves you your dish, amazing, talented people. So my wish had always been, we've got to shine a light on all these artists that are here. For one, love the environment because of that. I also am an artist. I want to get together and do something like let's exhibit. And that got shot down for many years.
How many?
So here goes. Oh my gosh, definitely over 10. I thought it was 10, but then I calculated it was a lot more than that. And it was because the museum is dedicated to Dali. And that was what the powers that be at that time said, no, this is all about him. It's not about the staff. It's not about the artists, other artists, about him. But as you know, things change. Managers change, ideas change. And doing our project challenges to boost creativity amongst our small group that we had. My colleagues in creativity, my muses were Ellen, and Ellen Williams and Sharon Emery. And we just got together and started to do monthly projects that challenged us, that stretched us, things that we'd never done before. And when we started to look back at the portfolio of creative projects that we had and photographing them and cataloging them, we started to say, wait a second, let's do it again. And let's do it again. So it became an art project challenge, because a challenge prompts you in a positive direction. It's like, it's fun. Let's do it. Let's try it. And there's common language, common fears, common concerns, like, oh, I'm not good enough. I'm too old for this, or I don't have enough talent. So what we did, the three of us, we did together, is we kind of welcomed other people into this. And I would send out emails, sort of like a little newsletter. Hey, this is the Art Project Challenge for the month. And this is what the subject is. And this is when we present at the end of the month. And then we have about 10 minutes that we gather, 15 minutes, that all the artists gather with all the projects, and we talk to each other at the end. Sort of a little presentation, power presentation. But in between, we kind of help each other out. We become resources. What is it that's stopping you? What is it that's challenging you? Do you need supplies? Have you never, what medium would you like to try? Maybe we can help. Maybe somebody else can help. Let's ask each other in the group. And it became this really positive mesh of creative people. And it just started to grow little by little. And it's now 2 years, and we have got so much under our belt. So before the 2-year mark, we were at a pinnacle of, we were just buzzing with energy and positivity. And we're so grateful for this opportunity to do it together. Because here we are, we show up to work, we have these art project challenges, so it just juices us up. Our day goes on, our weeks go by, but we communicate with each other, we contact each other, we give each other that support. And at the end of the month, man, the things that show up, the creativity just blows your mind. And some people have never done these things before. And it's like being a shadow artist, right? So I'm notorious for that. I'm a shadow artist. I'm so shy. I do so much stuff, but I don't want to show it. And this has helped me as well. So there's a lot of positive that has come out of this, and support and tears and joy and laughter. So along the way, we kept saying, well, who do you think, what else would be interested? And I said, there's so many people, little by little, more and more. Then I got an idea. I'm like, hey, wouldn't it be a great time to pitch a staff art show? Then I got shot down. I actually literally got shot down this year. Last year, I got shot down again. And I thought, well, it's not about asking and giving up. It's asking the same question, but in a different way to a different person. And then I got a little tip on how to do that, how to direct that question. And I pitched the idea, did some research. The Metropolitan Museum had just put in the paper that they had been showing they were going to be showing their staff art exhibition to the general public for the first time since 1936. That was my opportunity.
Wow.
Talking about diversity, inclusion, and I go, this is one of a colleague in the museum world. If they're doing this, we can do this. We have so much talent. And I pitched the idea, sent the links to the newspapers about the newspaper ads that were done for the Met, and it was accepted. That was such a big, huge plus. It was just an amazing gift this year. So the planning took place after that. I mean, the how do we collect the artwork, all of the spreadsheets I created to collect the information, the artists, to do a survey, to get that data so that I could really pitch it and make it strong. So that's what I did. And now it is going to be an annual staff art show. So, but it was so exciting and so rewarding for so many people.
And for years you pitched this. This was an idea of yours over 10 years ago. And you
Yeah.
kept pushing. kept coming forward, trying to present and get it going, and you were shot down. But you never, the key is you
I
never.
never gave up. I never gave up. I thought, well, I'll ask in a different way at a different time, or maybe I'll just bombard you with asking the same question over and over again, like wear them down or something. But it was a positive thing. It was such a positive thing, and I was so humbled by the amount of people that heard about it, and it trickled out until I started sending all the emails and all the communications and all the calls to all artists and the surveys. We had pretty much everyone in, not everyone, but every department. There were many people that wanted to participate, either to help or to do both. And so at the final end of it, when we did have the staff art show, it blew everybody out of the water. It was so beautiful, so emotional. It was amazing. We had about 31 artists that
I was
participated.
about to ask that. I mean, the staff at a museum, Dali Museum, very worldwide famous. The fact that the
Yes.
Met had been doing this secretly without letting the public know, that pushed Dali, because they're like, oh, wait a minute, the Met is doing it. You see, it was a blessing in disguise that they actually went public and put that out there, because that helped the Dali people say, you know what, if they can do it, we can do it.
Well, I approached it from a perspective of like, we should shine a light on the many talents that we have within.
Right.
And it's it's perfect timing, inclusion and equality, inclusion. It's never too late to be an artist. There's so many people that were like, I've never even presented in public. I've never shown my artwork. And yet so many beautiful pieces of works behind each individual. It was crazy. It was just crazy to me.
So you helped
Yes.
those people reach their highest potential,
It's
because
a dream
give
true.
them an avenue. You created
Yes.
an environment that they had been searching for. That vibrational frequency was going out every day. It was a powerful one, and you answered their calling.
I did. A lot of them had said, well, why has the museum never done a staff? It's never been done. But I gathered that information, and I just kept it close to the heart. And I kept saying, there's just so much talent. The world has to see these people, has to see their talent, my talent. I mean, it wasn't selfish at all. I'm glad that I could exhibit, but it was just like, there's so many special people here. That's the reason we all come together to work in this place. We inspire each other, but we'll inspire each other even more after we see what we all come together and bring. It was palpable. The emotion was palpable. It was positive. We had a full house for the reception. There were some tears. There were lots of people saying thank you. Relatives, friends coming out of nowhere saying thank you for giving so and so the opportunity to do this. It's a dream come true to present your artwork, to showcase your artwork at a museum, at a world-renowned museum. So I am currently now assigned as the face of the talent within the Dali Museum staff art shows. So yay. I'm just thrilled. I was so humbled. It was beautiful. It was emotional. It was powerful. But there was a lot of organization, a lot of elves that helped me in the background. I can't thank Ellen and Sharon enough, because those are my muses and creative colleagues, and it was just empowering. The emails that I sent out, the spreadsheets created, the organization, the labeling of artwork, the criteria, everything, the media, what is the media, the press release, everything, the
collaboration.
Vision statement. Yeah, collaboration. There was a vision statement, there was a speech, there was everything. There were also talent within, also included singers. Who knew? At the precise moment singers show up, I can sing. I said, what? And it was amazing. And even the executive director of the museum supported this idea, so much so that he himself entered a piece of artwork. He created a piece of artwork for the staff exhibition, and that meant a lot to me. Dr. Hank Hine.
Wow. See?
That meant a lot. That meant a lot to have his support and his participation. And he was just so happy during the reception. He just said, "Bravo! This is amazing." And I just thanked everyone because it was a group effort. It's not. I had the
The idea.
the idea,
Yep.
and I could carry it out. I knew I could carry it out, and I would pitch it till I made till I dropped. But I darkened some doorsteps, and it was a happy result. And it was then once it was approved, the departments all came together: the education department, the curatorial department, the marketing department, human resources department. All the departments supported, and we met, and everyone what pieces and what areas they could help to make this happen. It was incredible. It's like build it and they will come.
Yes.
It was incredible to have the support and the attention and support, and it was beautiful.
So it blew you away because you also, it probably even became much bigger than even what you expected.
That's exactly true. That's it. It became far bigger in everything than I expected. Oh, and by the way, one of the artists had this really cool, huge collage of videos that he created. So he made this huge canvas, and then he put a neon his neon logo in the center of it. And believe it or not, in some of his YouTube video pics, there was John Cena. So he, I guess, had been commenting on John Cena or fanning out. I'm not quite sure. But John Cena walked into the museum, and he actually went into the staff art show and saw himself on the canvas, and he was like, "Oh, that's me." So that was very cool. We did have visitors. I was able to observe a lot of visitors that came through. It was a short-lived exhibition, and then we did get hit with a hurricane, so it shortened the amount of time. But visitors were taking selfies with a lot of the pieces of artwork. We had 2D and 3D. It was really gratifying to just stand and watch the general public's reaction, and it was really positive. It was very positive.
You felt so good inside, didn't you? You were just like,
I felt good. I felt good inside, and I knew that every single person that had a hand in this felt just as good, if not more. And that was just the best gift this year ever.
The emotional love that they were feeling is powerful. The heart.
It was.
I said it to you too when you first mentioned it to me. I said, "Well, if anybody can do it, Betsy, you can do it." I gave it back to you.
Thank you. Listen, determination. You had the focus and the vision, and you just inside it just wouldn't let you go. It just grabs you and doesn't let you go. It's like that little fire within. It doesn't let you go.
It was a calling. It was a calling.
Yeah.
I had this thing and it just wouldn't let go. I mean, just same thing when I started getting this, oh, I could teach fashion to kids. I'm like, what? Am I insane? Like what? And then everybody around me was like, oh, that's crazy, Gina. Look at you. You're going from one level, high level, and you want to go down to this level. No designer in the world does that. I'm the only one in the world that's ever decided to open up a kids fashion design academy. I can't teach kids fashion. The only one in the world that exists.
That is, yeah. So how does this apply to people outside of the museum?
That's right.
It's connections. So my idea is to put together a concise booklet of some sort. I think it's applicable to any company. So the booklet that I would like to create, that I'm working on, is a how-to. How do you do this? And the premise of it is there's talent everywhere. It could be in your own home. It can be in a corporation. There is talent there. It's not just, I went to school for business and I'm now in this accounting department over here and that's all I do. There are a lot of creative people. And I think the main thought is step out, get out of the shadows, step out. And right now I'm building some connections, and I'm taking some really good notes to write something, put it to writing, just like you did with your book, because it could serve other people. You may get ideas from it, you may follow it step by step, but there's so much talent out there, and it's just shining a light on that talent. That's the most important part.
Rupa,
And I hope that it.
Yeah, let me just interfere for 1 second. What about normal people outside of the museum? Can they exhibit? That was a Rupa's question.
The You mean exhibit at the Dali Museum itself? Probably not. This was staff only. That was the request, and the criteria was it was just for the staff of the museum. Other visiting artists are artists that are curated by the curatorial department, but this was for the staff. In addition to the staff, there's a huge volunteer group, and we were thinking, well, there may be some question as to people outside of the museum, but the way that people outside of the museum do exhibit is they're part of a membership that's there at the museum, and they're called the Zodiac groups, and they get to kind of showcase their work, but only for a night. This is different. This is staff. I did the research for the local community, and no other museums, and there are quite a few museums in the Tampa Bay area. I could not find anything online or through connections that indicated that any other museum in our area had done the same thing for their staff, had put out a staff art exhibition. So I can say that I probably am the first in the area, and we are the first in the area. So as an artist, what I also requested was not just an on-site exhibition, because it was very short-lived for 2 weeks, but to have the exhibition online. So it's online in perpetuity for as long as it's going to be there. And at least if you couldn't come to visit in person, you can support your friends and your family through going online at the Dali.org staff art exhibition and check out the artwork there. That was part of the deal that I really wanted to seal, and it was granted. And so I was tickled pink, because at least it lives on longer. And I encouraged artists to get their social medias ready, because I don't know the type of traffic they're going to be receiving. And that was the opportunity to exhibit online at the Dali as well.
You want me to put the screen on of the Dali Museum now?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, let's share. Okay, so here's the Dali Museum. Does everybody see it?
Yeah.
Hold
Staff
on.
art show online exhibit. And this was 2023, the inaugural year. It will hopefully evolve and be finessed as being the inaugural exhibition. I think it went super well, super amazing. I mean, the talent. I think I spoke to every single artist over the course of a year, 6 months, gathering information, inspiration. This particular one, the resting place, the cars,
Yeah.
that is one of the biggest pieces. And this young lady, Anya, did this acrylic painting, and it is amazing in person. And her subject matter are old cars, vintage cars, and the detail is incredible. She paints like a master.
Wow, it is beautiful.
It is absolutely beautiful.
Wow.
It was very humbling to see so much talent and dedication. And then there is one gentleman that's coming up. Let's see. Oh, that's mine.
Hello, everybody. This is hers. Betsy, it's so beautiful. Oh my God, I can feel this emotion, this emotion that's coming out of his face.
Yeah. His eyes actually
intense.
between.
His eyes are beautiful. They're so intense.
Yeah,
Wow. Look at
they
that.
are. He's right
Oh,
behind.
you did. This is a beautiful piece of work. Oh my God.
Thank you.
Oh, I love
That's
his skin tone and the hair on his face. Wow, it
yeah,
just pops right out.
yeah.
That
It's a
what
real person, by the way.
is?
It
Who
is.
is he? I want to meet him. Oh my,
He lives in the Netherlands, so it'll be a minute before we meet him in person. But I was inspired by him. Nils Quipper.
wow, he's gorgeous. How old is
Yeah,
he? Looks young.
he's young. He's
Yeah.
young.
But gorgeous eyes. And oh my God, he's handsome.
Yeah,
But
very. And
oh,
this painting, the still life with the apple,
uh-huh.
that is a petite painting, but the oil paints were mixed just like the old masters. So there was a lot that went into this particular painting that you could only hear from the artist himself. It was he used old masters techniques, mixing the colors and creating the oils for this painting and the process. It was quite amazing to hear what went through into creating this painting. He didn't just buy oil paints in a canvas. He stretched the canvas. He created the oils. He followed the old master's method. I was impressed, very impressed.
A lot of work goes into that.
Yes, lots of work. Photography. That is also, these two photographs are incredible. And what goes into just, this was done by the cafe's chef, Chuck
Oh,
Bandel.
he's
Travels
the
Europe.
chef at the Dali, and he did.
Yep, he this is the chef, and he is an amazing photographer and watercolor artist. He travels the world and takes these types of photos. Very compelling.
Wow. And wow. And
This is another photographer, Cindy Vickers. She does, her medium is black and white photography, and just setting the light and
mm,
the environment for the photograph is just incredible.
really like that one.
Yeah. She does have prints for sale. So, I mean, a lot, as I said, some of the artists just take down the names and we'll connect you with them. There's so much talent. This is a sculpture that was, it's a two-sided sculpture, and
Oh,
that is Ellen Williams' sculpture, Drea, bringer of dreams, prophetic dreams and nightmares.
that going.
Ascension, Ascension, that's another one, oil painting. They're all pretty incredible. Then there was a ceramic artist. I mean, it's just,
It looks like lace.
yes, she
Lace.
used lace.
Wow. She's combining text fabric with ceramic. That's interesting.
Yes, interesting.
Oh,
And this oil painting was done especially for the exhibition. He was so, this is John Fisher. He was so excited. He's like, oh my gosh, he's audio video and multimedia. And he was so motivated and excited to participate in the staff art show that he says, I'm going to create something just for the exhibition. So he goes, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't have, he goes, you know how long it's been since I've painted and drawn? It's been a while, but if it weren't for you and for this exhibition, he goes, you've just motivated me. It's just kind of revived me again. And I'm like, awesome, do it, go for it. And I heard that it was a common thing. You know, I created my piece for the exhibition too, so it motivated me too.
right. So it was definitely motivational, inspirational, and you got people kickstarted on doing things they forgot they even had the ability to do because they got so wrapped up in working at the Dolly that you re-kickstarted their dreams again. Interesting
Yeah,
that you did it.
restarted the energy. This was incredible. Look at that. It's just the eyes. Oh, it's just beautiful.
Oh,
Yeah, just gorgeous. So there's
what's
this
this?
is this is a card. The art director there created this. That's her, and that's her husband. And she usually does greeting cards for her husband for different occasions, and she was announcing that she was pregnant. But she took an old master's painting and kind of, redid it in her own way, which I thought was awesome.
Well, this is really great. I mean, just oh my God, announcing that you're pregnant.
Yeah,
It's just fantastic concept. She's really creative. Wow.
very.
I love that.
This one, fill in the blank. It was just a period on the paper, and Carly's a writer, and she wanted to inspire you to fill the space with your thoughts. And I said, if you're going to stand by this, be prepared to receive all sorts of commentary. And she goes, I do stand by it. I said, well, that's what matters. Good.
Wow. I love it. And this one here, acrylic finance department. Look at this. This one was an account. This is interesting because when you look at it, you can see what department they were in. I mean,
yeah,
like someone from accounting and finance to be doing a drawing or painting.
yes, yeah. We have people from accounting, from security, to executive directors, to curatorial, to sales associates, to visitor experience, group experience.
Wow, look at this. That is free. Oh, that is nice. I like.
This is gorgeous. This is a collage.
Oh my God, I gotta go in. Oh, there's like
This there must be hundreds of thousands, if not thousands of pieces to this gorgeous collage, and it has gold in it, gold leaf, I believe. It's just, to see it in person, amazing.
no, I mean even just the way to right now, it just looks like
Gorgeous.
just imagine how beautiful it looks in person.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm glad that, we have this platform so that you can zoom in. At your convenience, zoom in from home and you can see all the little details. It's just everyone was so different and so amazing.
Oh, this person's good.
Mm-hmm.
You can really see that in the candle here. I mean, you can really see how beautiful this is. Wow, I like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's see.
This is the beauty of having it online, and so that you can see at your leisure anytime and share. That was pretty great. I never expected this from Megan. I didn't. Who knew? Half these people I didn't know they were so talented, and other people I did know. It was just amazing. Membership manager, yeah. This was the one with
Security guard.
Yep.
Imagine security.
Yep. This is the one that has one of the photos in there, John Cena. And he was like, oh my gosh, John Cena checked my piece of work out.
Where is he? Where is he? Where's this John Cena guy?
Oh my gosh, I couldn't even tell you. It's in there somewhere. It's one or two images that has John Cena in it. I thought, wow, that's pretty great.
It's just that it's not ringing a bell now. I'm gonna feel idiot later.
Right.
It says sales associate. No, I'm not. There it is.
Yeah. This was a 3D sculpture or installation, and about honeybees.
That's really
Beautiful. And paper mache honeys. This one, oh my gosh, miniature world with gnomes. Oh, it's just incredible. And this artist, Sharon, was savvy enough that she did her QR code. If you see on the right hand and the left hand side, there's a QR code that takes you to the Instagram page of this particular piece of work.
nice. Nice.
Yep. And poem there as well.
Ooh.
And fiber arts, a crocheted snail. That was pretty great because this medium isn't given that much attention.
No,
it's very, it isn't. So I thought this was pretty great. Shelby does tons of crochet sculptures.
That's something you could sell in the store.
Yeah, it definitely is. I encourage everybody to get on their own platforms and advocate for themselves too, because sometimes something like this definitely is Dali related. There are snails and things like that. However, not everything is. So unfortunately, we can't sell artwork from the Staff Art Show in the store, but
Right.
you exhibit it in the museum, and I think that's great in and of itself.
Yes. Ooh, this is interesting. Very RISD.
Very, look at that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Very talented.
Oh,
Oh,
well,
this is so beautiful. This is Ty Butler. He's my colleague, museum store manager as well. And he just blew me away with this beautiful bird. I can't tell you how many people looked at this and said, oh, that's absolutely beautiful. It's just amazing.
got an Asian feeling to it, doesn't it? It's got this
Yeah,
Asian.
but with the berries, but oh, and this one, oh my gosh, this is a sculpture.
It is.
And yes, and it's coming out of the wall in the frame, and it
Oh,
is compelling. It is Zaina just created this. Um, fingernails, the detail is incredible. It's crazy. I can't tell you how. I think this was probably the most photographed piece in the exhibition.
because it's just so realistic
It's
almost.
very detailed. It looks, I mean, she just is so talented.
Definitely she belongs in Hollywood with the filming. So this
Yes.
is interesting, everybody. Look at this. I mean, now all of these people, this is all because Betsy had a concept, an idea a long time ago to have a staff exhibition at the Dali Museum, one of those famous museums in the world besides the Metropolitan. And this was all because of a dream, a calling that Betsy had, and all these people were given a platform so they could kickstart their own abilities. And so you were a dream catcher, fairies. you you they're toward their highest potential. They forgot about. I'm sure a lot of them forgot. They got caught up with the daily life, going to work at the Dolly, and forgot about what they really wanted to do with their passions.
That's possible, but it definitely gave them a platform. And what a cool, happy platform it was.
Yes.
And it's going to continue to be because it's going to be annual going forward. It's already slated for next year, 2024.
Ooh,
Already
I
in the
see. What's your chair? Show me your chair. What's going on?
oh, that's the painting. That's the painting. There he is.
I love it. I love it. I feel so
So
good.
you did it, Betsy? You did the painting?
Yes, I did.
Cool, amazing.
Thank you.
Lovely.
Thank
Not
you.
good.
I didn't do painting for a long time. I studied here in Germany, in an art school. And I probably, it's a very known one, Städelschule. Yeah.
Abel Schuler. Okay. Well, raising a family and going to work, didn't have much time to be creative, but then, things just be a little at a time. Then I started to remember who I was creatively. So plugging away a little bit at a time. And I felt like, oh, if I give 10 minutes, that's not good enough. But it is. It really is because it's cumulative. 10, 15 minutes, 30 minutes. It's still slow growth is good growth. Yeah. And this
Definitely. Absolutely. I
Come
love
back
that.
on.
I love that. Slow growth is good growth. I even wrote that in my book. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to be the turtle rather than,
exactly.
Yes.
I got that quote from Stacy Bloomfield. She is an advocate for how to leverage your art, and she has a program, a class that she puts out every year, and it is called How to Leverage Your Art. And Stacy Bloomfield, and I learned that from her, that slow growth is good growth. And
Can you
course.
share her link or something that we could look up and things like that, be connected, and as well as your one, so that we can all be connected.
Yeah, this
Yes.
I'm going to share the screen, and while Betsy puts it in the chat, I'm going to share the screen so I can show you Betsy's information on here. This is Betsy's Instagram. You see, it says Betsy Rosado.
Okay, I can. All right. got it.
Okay, there it is. That's her on Instagram, so you can follow her.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Hey, let's see. How do I do this?
And you can type in the chat the information so everybody can open their chat and see it.
Okay, let's see, because I'm having technical difficulties here.
Everybody take a screenshot of the Betsy Rosado art on Instagram. That's how you can find her.
Right.
And she's got some amazing stuff on Instagram, and you're gonna see. She's really good when it comes to fairies. She's a steampunk, right? Steampunk thing.
Yes, yes. Fairies, elves, and well, elves and fairies. I love fairies, fairy anything. So I do a lot of fairy artwork, which I don't post on Instagram very much, but I do have it available. I've just got to figure out a better platform. And fairies and elves, and I also went 3D, so I've been doing, oh my gosh, fairy lanterns of all things, and they have all sold out. So
Can you
it's
show us one? Show us one. Come on, don't you have it available?
I actually sold all of them. Hold on just a sec.
Maybe we put and hi Carolyn, welcome. Isn't that amazing art? I mean,
So these are the fairy lanterns, and there's a little handle, and there's a fairy inside,
closer.
and I usually got a little bell.
That's so cute.
Okay,
they
don't move, don't. keep it
Oh,
still.
put it back again. Put it back again in the front. Hold it
Oh.
and talk so we can put you on the big screen.
There we go.
Okay.
Oh, fairy.
Nice.
Can you see it? Am I doing good? Here we go.
Yeah,
There.
you're doing good. Amazing.
So this one I did for
And
my
the fairy
daughter.
has another fairy in hand, like or both of them are fairy, mother or child.
Mother
Or
and
what
baby.
is-
Yeah,
Okay.
I did this one for my daughter when she had her baby, and I kept it in the room, but I've done dragons and all sorts of other fairies, and they sell out. It's just crazy.
Mhm.
So it's like illustration and fairy cards and fairy lanterns and then elves. So it's just, I gravitate towards them a lot, to the fairy tales and things like that. That subject matter, I just really love it. And I'm never too old for it. I'm never going to get too old for it.
Why would you?
I know, it's like there's so many serious people in the
You don't
world.
need
And I'm
the
like,
age for
have
that.
fun.
Yeah, cool.
Have fun. But I will definitely share the link to Stacy Bloomfield, and that's really her name, Stacie Bloomfield, BLOOMFIELD.com. And she offers that Leverage Your Art course, which is really interesting for artists and how to market yourselves and the different.
Would you mind to write it down in the chat? Betsy,
Here.
can I ask you how old are you? If
Yeah,
you
you
don't mind
can.
sharing.
I am 60 years old. 60. I just turned 60.
Oh my goodness. Wow, that is amazing. You don't look at all like that at all.
Thank you. I'm too hard on myself. Perspective. I'm like, oh, the hell with that. Can I say that?
Of course.
I love creating costumes. I love illustrating, love doing fun projects, anything artistic. Monetizing is the key to making it like the ultimate. So that's the direction I'm heading, trying to figure out how I can make this part of my wealth. I love doing it, so I may as well figure that out. And so that's my journey right now. But I'm not saying no to creativity. I pivot when I can't figure it out. I pivot. I ask questions. I don't give up. And then I take a hiatus when I complete something huge, and then I start over again, little by little. But I always remember, this is very important, to be kind to myself, because
that's the most important thing that you can do. When you're hard on yourself, you can't do anything.
Right.
Yeah.
And having this platform and sharing these ideas and these inspirational conversations and subject matter is it's like nourishment, and it's like breathing air. You need it. And even if we're artists working by ourselves at home, we still need this type of support and resources. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. 100%. Well, today you inspired me a lot. I feel like getting back to my art stuff again, doing those things again.
Yeah. Well, as you said, the tortoise, not the rabbit, I mean, that's snail's pace for me. It's fine. Everything is to have something in writing that can be shared so that people can learn how to do these types of activities or exhibitions, whether it's for inside your job or to organize something with other artists. It's becoming more mainstream to be able to present on social media, but what about in person?
What about it? Because there's not only Dali is out there who
But
became famous. I mean, there's a lot of famous artists as well.
Exactly.
Rupa, what about creating one in Munich? Why don't you start finding a location and work with some gallery and do what Betsy just did here? It doesn't have to be the Dali. Why don't you take the initiative where you can also present your work? I've got artists in Munich that really want to come to the US. And there's a name for that, right, Betsy?
Yes. Yeah.
It's a title of a person who actually helps artists get into galleries.
Mm-hmm.
So Rupa, what about starting that in Munich? They don't have it.
No, they don't. They don't have it here.
So Rupa, why don't you share your info? Share your info with me as well.
Definitely tomorrow. I'm talking, so you'll know.
Great.
I hope you will be there.
I will. I'll be in the office, but I'll tune in. Let's see here. Maybe
I can interview you because I do interview a lot of people. Tina and me, we also did. We do a lot of those work. So yeah, it would be great to interview you as well.
Well, Betsy,
absolutely.
One that launched my podcast. Rupa also is another one that I've got on my podcast.
Well, this is what it's all about.
Yeah. So now it's 11:01 in Eastern. I'm going to put on, everybody get ready because Holly has this presentation. I think you're all going to benefit from it. Let me now introduce, if anybody has any more questions for Betsy, or Betsy, have any last words to everyone?
Any last words? Yeah, just as I'm going to quote Stacy Bloomfield, slow growth is good growth, and be kind to yourself and don't give up. If it doesn't work one way, ask one way it doesn't work, and just keep going. Ask differently and keep it in mind. Eventually it will happen.
You are the proof.
Be good to yourself.
Be good to yourself. See, it's always the same message, the whole frequency, the whole vibration, the all words, the connection. You're beautiful, Betsy, and I'm so happy for you. I'm so
Thank you. You are amazing. You're amazing. I can't tell you. I'm so happy we are still connected after all this time. It's amazing.
I know. Since 80s.
I know. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love you.
I love you.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Oh, you're welcome. And I'm so happy that you could do this. So now